tap, tap in. Tap, 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 tap, tap in. Welcome to TT from the D Tap In Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. I am super excited about tonight's hot topic, I should say, because it's hot outside. It's hot. It's going to be super hot. And it's amazing how this all manifested. Let me just say that. And for those of you that's over there in Instagram world, I decided to go live there. Y'all know that you can't link the two with StreamYard, but we are moving into a different direction. And if it be the Lord's will, we'll be able to do all kinds of things that connect us to make sure that we stay connected. So first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen over there in Instagram world and all over my other social media sites right here on StreamYard, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, my YouTube page. Hey, I just want to say thank you. There are podcasts I could have tapped into tonight, and I'm fully aware of that. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for rocking with me through this journey as I've been navigating, going from all audio to now audio and visual. Oh, hey, Dr. Sabrina. Hey, yo, Shauna. Hey. Love you, ladies. Love you, ladies. All the people that support me, I just have to say, I have to say this. I'm in a season right now in my life, and all I've been saying lately is we're going through, right? We're going through. Hey, Dr. Sabrina, I can't wait to have you come back on. Y'all, if y'all don't know Dr. Sabrina, and I know most of y'all do, especially in the social media world and in the field, she's a main pleasure. She blessed my podcast show not too long ago, and I hope to have her come back again. But tonight's hot topic is interrupted. Let me just go there. I'm hyped. I'm super, super pumped because in life, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to be interrupted. Okay. So I want to share this. Now, for those of you that are on Instagram, you would actually, in order to see what I'm going to share, these photos and things of that nature, you would actually have to go log into your Facebook account and be able to chime in and weigh in or things of that nature by going to www.streamyard.com/Facebook. Log into your Facebook account so that you can share your questions and comments. We can know who you are and you can rock out with us. If you're not able to do that, we love where you are. We'll meet you where you are, right? You meet us where we are, and we are super excited about that. Oh, thank you, sis. I try to do, I'm trying different styles. I'm trying the whole natural curled up look. I'm trying the mohawk. I'm trying all different styles. So y'all know me. If y'all know me, and if you've been following me for the last year and a half, then you know. But if you know me, you know I would rock a hairstyle and a color in a minute, right? That's the beautiful thing about being versatile, right? We don't put ourselves in a box, and we are not afraid to try different things, new things. It either works for you or doesn't work for you. That's just it. That's it. So let me make this disclaimer before we get in, and I'm not going to hold you over our allotted hour time, but I definitely want you guys to unwind, sit back and relax. Share this because this may be for you. It may be for someone else. And let me be clear about this. This was not even the topic I was going to talk about tonight. That's what's so crazy and got me so hyped because I already had the platform set for tonight. Tonight's show was supposed to be Roe versus Wade. Now, I normally don't follow all of the trending topics and things like that and chime in with that. But I'm a woman. Okay. I'm a woman. I'm an African-American woman.
And firstly, I'm a woman. So that affects us ladies across the globe. No matter what your skin tone is, no matter what your dialect is, no matter what your culture is, Roe versus Wade is something that we're gonna uncork that. But not today. And I'm gonna tell you why. I went to bed kind of late last night, right? And it was all good. It was all good. I woke up at 3 o'clock, went to the restroom, got ready to go back to bed, got in bed, couldn't sleep. And I'm like, all right. So normally when that happens, that's kind of like a unction to get up and pray, right? So I started to pray. And I pray for my family, my friends, my extended family, my coworkers, my classmates. Sometimes because I know you like, what did he have been drinking? No. But let me be clear. Your frenemies are valuable. And I'm gonna come to that later on why they are valuable. Okay. Let's pin that. Let's put it on the table and we're gonna unpack it. But your frenemies, make a note of that. Your frenemies are valuable. Okay. All right. So I'm like tossing and turning in bed. I'm like, I'm praying. I'm like, okay, let me pray for the culture. And I ain't talking about African American culture, the culture of people. The Belgium, Canada, of course, the US. Um, there's a couple of other ones. And I was looking like, I can't remember off the top of my head, I'm rattling them off. But I was looking like, what? Ireland. I know Ireland is in the house, right? So I'm like, wow, because you never know. I always tell people this. You never know who's listening. You never know who's watching you. And even when there's no one present, you don't know who has eyes on you for something else or someone else. Not saying that in a negative way at all, but I had it already set. When I tell you I did my research, I had it already set. I had clips already ready from my husband, who's my engineer for my show, to go ahead and upload. We was going to unpack Roe versus Wade. And I was going to give you 18 points that we're going to tap into and unpack on how Supreme Court has changed life as we know and they don't even know it. I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're going to unpack it next week. Only because God changed my plan. See, my sleep was interrupted. And I'm thinking like, I'm tired though. So I should be resting. I knew today was the first day of summer school in my district. And if you know me, I work in education during the day. Shout out to Johnny's in Royal Oak. Let me pause. Shout out to Johnny's in Royal Oak. Amazing. If you don't know about Johnny's, you guys have to go on Instagram. You can also go on Facebook and look them up. Amazing atmosphere, food. Johnny himself, the owner, amazing. The band, just amazing. Everything. The libations. Now, you know, guys, you know how I am. I love a good libation. I love good food, things of that nature. Shout out to Johnny's. They are in the building. Much love to you guys. So, as I was preparing this morning, I'm different things. I'm praying, as I said, for the culture. And the culture means people, cultures from every walk of life, because I'm aware not only do I have real life friends in real time, I have friends that are from all walks of life because of who I am, how I was raised, the love of people. I love people, period. I'm open to all kind of things, right? I have all kind of things going on in my life. And so I'm praying. And at this time now it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking like, Jesus, I have to get up. Okay, I need to get up at 6:30 so I can get ready for work. And I want to get me a cup of coffee. And I had all these plans, right? My plans. Follow me. My plans. And so I'm laying there. I'm like, I've prayed. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do? And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I can't go back to sleep. He's like, what's wrong? I said, nothing's wrong. I said, nothing's wrong. I'm fine. I said, I just don't know why I can't go back to sleep. I said, I've prayed. I said, because, at first I thought normally when I wake up like that, that's going through a season. I just got through with a 31-day fast in May. Normally that means I need to get up and pray about things, people. We got a lot going on in the world. There's never going to be too much prayer. Let me be clear. We can always use prayer over everything and everyone. That's why I'm always like, don't just pray for yourself. Don't just pray for your family and your friends. Pray for people. Just pray for people, especially our children. We have to pray for our babies. Okay? We have to pray for our young people. We have to pray for our mindset, right? It's a whole movement, it's a whole vibe, and it's imperative. If you don't meet and greet anything else with a sense of urgency, know that you need to pray for our young people, their minds, okay? Their mental health. Us as a people, yes, but our children, our young people, they are our future, right? If we look at it, my background, some of you know, I got a lot going on. I'm a versatile person, right? So I'm all over the place in the world, but God knows. God can use all kind of people. So he knows he uses me. But my day job, like I said, I'm in education. I've been in education over 20 years, but I'm in the entertainment world. So I'm always on the go. I host events. I'm a personal assistant to different artists. Just I do a lot. I'm a mom, right? I love being a mom. I'm a wife. I love being a wife. I'm a sister, an aunt, a friend, dad, okay? A mentor, just all these things. And I love every role that God has allowed me to have. I'm a podcaster. I love what I do. I love people. So when I say we need to talk, we need to talk. When I say we need to pray, we need to pray. Okay? And if you're one of those people like, I'm not about to be praying for other people, I don't have time for that. I have to worry about my own self. My friend, it's all good. Because guess what? I'm one more person that will cover the territory that you're supposed to be covering. And I know there's other prayer warriors that are on their own journeys that will chime in and say, you know what? We need prayer. We do. I'm tired of turning on social media or the news. And I don't even watch TV as much as I used to because I don't have time. I like TV, but I don't have time. I watch a couple of shows because I got friends that's on TV and they're doing amazing things. So I support. And then, I just love what's going on. But I sit in quiet times. And as I said, I'm going through. And that's the key word. Remember that. In your life, over there, Instagram, where all my people, and every other social media platform through this camera, in your life, you're going through. If you came to a stop, a pivotal in your life, the pitch where are you going? Don't let anyone rush you. Let me say that. This is your life. This is your journey. This is your walk. Whew. This is your life. This is your moment. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a drill. This is for real. This is real lifetime. Right now, according to my clock, it says it's 8:14. I've been going live for 14 minutes and 41 seconds. Why did I say that? Because time. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. We are in real time. We are amongst the living. Okay. And so we need to approach our lives every single day with a sense of urgency. And I know you're like, okay, I didn't come on. And formed it and I molded it because that's what God does to us every single day. He fashions, he molds, and he conforms us because we are clay. And he makes us the way we need to make if we allow ourselves to be one, available, two, able. He will equip you with everything you need. He will give you the necessary tools to do exactly what he needs you to do according to divine order that is attached to your life individually or collectively. That I know for a fact. How do you know that, TT? Because I'm a living witness, right? I'm not talking about things that I don't know. I don't just do research and just say, oh, that's what's hot right now. Let me talk about that. I don't. If you know me, if you've been following me, you know I don't do that. I am who I am. And I'm not meant to be in a box. I don't have people say, what's your podcast about? What kind of people do you have on your podcast? I have everybody because I'm for everybody, right? God made us all uniquely different, but I'm for everybody. I rock with everybody from everywhere. So let's get on to the interrupted, right? That's the hot topic for tonight because I can go on. That's a whole nother podcast because I'm on fire for God. I'm on fire for my friends. I'm on fire for you. And I don't even know you maybe. Why? Because you are living and breathing, my friend. If you are a man, you my brother in Christ. If you are a woman, you my sister in Christ. I don't need to know your name. If you DM'd me or anonymously said something, could you just say a word for me? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I can. And this is something some of y'all don't even know too. I'm a marriage ministry leader, right? Like I love marriage. I love love, right? I love people, of course. And so I'm all about that life. Now, let me be clear about this, okay? I'm not going to water it down to meet you and be that person going to soothe and stroke you to be where you want to be in life. I will be that person, the accountability partner that some of us need in life. We got those yes girls, those yes guys. I don't need those. At 46 years old, I don't need that. Why? Because life has interrupted me from my regular scheduled program, right? That's the topic we're talking about tonight. Shout out to Nora Potts. Hey, Queen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know if that's my real Nora. That could be a fan page. I don't know. But shout out to Nora Potts. I've been waiting to get that queen on my show. Okay. So anyway, so when we think about interruptions, let me share this over here on my StreamYard. And for those of you that's chiming in from other places, hey, Queen, is that my Nora? Or is that a fan page? No disrespect, but there's something about Miss Nora that, you know, if I told y'all how I met her, it not even directly, like just, okay. So anyway, that's on nothing. Pause. See how that was interruption? See how that was interruption? But guess what? I'm going to pull myself back. So let me share this. Don't see your struggles as an interruption to life, but as a preparation for life. No one said the road would be easy or painless, but God will use the mess to make a difference. Now, you might wonder, why do I say that? When we look at our lives often, it's you, Queen. Please do. My number is still the same if you still have my inbox. Amazing. Oh my God. If I got time, y'all, before the hour is up, I'm going to tell y'all how I came into meeting Miss Nora via Instagram. She's the Instagram sensation. She's Instagram famous and all those great things. Okay. So, and she's beautiful. And so, like, yeah, follow Nora. She's amazing. Okay. So listen. So with the interruptions in life, we take our trials, our tragedies, and we allow them to kind of take us to that sunken place sometimes because we get caught there. And I'm not telling anybody these interruptions are not disabling, because they can disable you, right? They can make you feel like you are totally disabled, disconnected from life, from people, from situations and circumstances and things of that nature. But let me be clear about this, how God can turn that. Sometimes we attach ourselves to things. Sometimes we attach ourselves to people, and we're not supposed to be. But we tend to be, especially as women. Okay. I'm a woman. I love us. But let me be clear. Sometimes we stay in places we don't have no business, firstly, entering. Secondly, trying to camp out. Like, what? And then when we stay and it doesn't work out, or it's not fitting, we're like moving around trying to figure out, why is this not working out? Because you're not supposed to be there, Queen. Because you're not supposed to be there. God has given us all invisible assignments attached to us at birth. We go through the process. Why do they say trust the process? Because we go through not even being able to talk. We don't know the mindset of a baby, right? We think we know. The scientists and therapists and all these specialists, and we're studying the mind, and we are amazing creatures as a creature that was created by God. We are amazing off rip. But we do not use the whole full capacity of this beautiful tool attached to our head, is the brain, right? We don't use it. We don't even really know how to tap into that thing. Shout out to Murph75. Hey. So traumatic things, things that will be deliberating to you, get you on a debate team. Right? You shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have did that. We live in the wish I woulda, wish I coulda, didn't know, should have tried. We go through all those. It's like trying on a pair of shoes. You know what fits. You know what don't fit. You know what's comfortable. You know what's uncomfortable. But ladies, I think we can really own up to this. Sometimes we'll buy that shoe because we love shoes. I know I love a shoe. And it's tight, but you said, oh, I'm gonna look so nice if I wear this shoe with this outfit. It go perfect. Well, it's only for a couple of hours. I could get over it. Then you develop corns on your feet and you don't know why. Because it didn't fit. It wasn't supposed to be. So now while you're on a mission to do what you're doing, you get sidetracked. You got to go sit down. You can't do this and that. You can't move like you would. So you're interrupted from this program that you aligned yourself with because you didn't listen. God said your feet can't fit in that shoes like Cinderella. Everybody wanted to fit that slipper, but only one woman's foot fit that slipper. And people tried, they even lied. But what don't fit, don't fit. What ain't for you ain't for you. And when you try to make it fit, you try to make it work, it doesn't work, it doesn't fit. And then you sit around and life is interrupted as we know it. Okay? Where am I going with this? Where are you going, TT? Let me be clear. In life, we are going to be interrupted. As long as you are living and breathing, you are above the ground, you're going to be interrupted. Like right now, I believe my social media is interrupted through my StreamYard. I've been having technical difficulties. I've seen it, but I said, that's okay, Jesus. I'm going to keep on going. Why? Because what I always say, I'm here for the one. And my one could be right here on Instagram because I can clearly see we're there. I also can see my battery is dying. But I'm like, because I had look, here we go. I was intending to go straight here because I have all these platforms, 8 platforms through StreamYard. But then I got distracted and I said, oh, I'm going to go live on my Instagram because I'm very aware that I have some people that don't have Facebook or other social medias, but they will check me out on Instagram. But I also know that Instagram is not connected to StreamYard. StreamYard have not partnered up with them. So I didn't bother by charging my phone earlier because I didn't know, but I had a thought. It interrupted my program. I had 2 minutes to go live. It was like, do you run all the way upstairs and get your cord and come on back down to your studio, or do you just do it? I'm like, let's just do it. Let's just go. So if I lose you guys in Instagram world, please go over. I don't even know if you can see me over on maybe on YouTube, but that's neither here nor there. In life, we're going to be interrupted. Like I was interrupted. That right there was an interruption. Just like that. I have this and I got an allotted time, right? We got an hour to go. But when we just move and we try to stay on course, sometimes we're going to get distracted in life. And that's okay. Distractions are not always bad. Sometimes they are for your own good. And sometimes it takes you to go through hell to come out on the other side, to be able to realize what you went through. And remember, at the top of the show, I said, I'm going through. We go through, right? It's a beautiful thing. You go through. And that means that you're coming out. If you just be patient, you're going to come out of whatever you got to enter. There's nothing that's going to keep you stuck in there unless you allow yourself to stay stuck. How many times have you went down the street and you was trying to go somewhere because you didn't want to listen to your GPS, so you decided, oh yeah, I'm just going to use my, my mind. I'm just going to go ahead. I think I'm feeling like, even though the back of your mind, your spirit, like, girl, this ain't, or fella, this not it. Don't go that way. And you like, I'm going to go on and do. Then you realize, turn around because you're getting deeper off the path. So we turn around. And that's the beautiful thing about life. When we know we're going into a ditch, a lot of us can go into reverse. Some of us need to get out that vehicle, abandon that vehicle, and walk it out. Trust the process. We talked about that a few minutes ago. Trust the process. Everything anybody's ever gone through, it was a process. For all my entrepreneurs, whatever level of expertise you have, you remember the process. You weren't always an expert. You didn't wake up and you was an expert. You had to learn. You had to invest in yourself. You had to go through some trials and errors. You had to get interrupted in life. You had to fine tune some things to find your way, to find out who you were, to put on the right shoes, to make an imprint. And once you did that, you could sit back and tell your story. Some of you get paid to tell your story, right? Some of you get paid to sit on panels and give your level of expertise, but you had to go through the process. And not only did you have to go through the process, didn't you have to trust it? You had to trust the process. So when I woke up this morning and my sleep was interrupted and my show was going to be Roe versus Wade, I got it all ready, set to go. And I'm thinking, like, why was my sleep interrupted? Oh my God, like, why would I told my husband, I said, I got a show lined up, but that's it. We're going to talk about life going to, ladies and gentlemen, sir, ma'am, life is going to interrupt you. I don't want you to stop what you're doing because you were interrupted. Imagine when you're at work or you're in your place of business, you're the boss or you're the employee, okay? Whatever that looks like. And you're talking to someone and someone comes in and they interrupt you. Now, it's very rude to just dive in when someone's speaking, right? You learn that as a child, but some folks just rude by nature. And I don't know, sir, ma'am, who raised you, but you need to go back to etiquette class. Take a pause and read the book on etiquette, right? How to engage in conversation, right? But you, the professional, the person, you might look at yourself and say, okay, I was interrupted by him or her or them. And you could say, I'm sorry. I was in the middle of a conversation, but this, and I'll get right back with you. A lot of times people don't even realize they're being rude like that. And they'll be like, oh, okay, sure. Okay. Some people will apologize. Some people will be like, okay, well, shoot, it was important what I had to say. And I'm looking like, y'all don't read. Like, wait. If you in the middle of a conversation, if someone is in the middle of a conversation and I need to go and deliver a message, I need to tell them something, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude. Can I talk to you for a second? Or I need to let you know this. I need to pass this message to you. I'm apologetic because I don't know what y'all are talking about. And I don't care what you're talking about because it didn't include me at that time. But if I'm bringing a message and I need to be the messenger and you're in the middle of a conversation, I'm going to kind of double dutch and wait, right? If I got it like it's burning, like there's a burning bush, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I need to interrupt you can I steal him? Can I steal her for just a second? They'll be right back, right? Use a little charm with it and do what you need to do. Even though it's an interruption, it's not going to be viewed as a negative interruption. But some we running errands or we're in a place of business. For all of my entertainers, you're getting ready to go out, you a sound check or you get ready to perform or whatever that looks like, you get interrupted. And that's why you use a team, people in place to kind of cut down on your interruptions. I'm speaking metaphorically, but I can speak from areas of my own level of expertise. For me, I know if I'm working with an artist or entertainer and I know them and we're on a clock because I'm about time, right? I'd be like on clock. I know the logistics, like, okay, we need to be doing this at this time. We need to do that at this time. We need to, okay. And so as the entertainer or the artist, okay, you want to just always be smooth and approachable, of course. My job is to come in and provide the interruption that's needed, but I do it with care. I do it with professionalism. Rude. Oh my gosh, she was so rude. No, it'll be like, hey, I'm so sorry. I need to talk to her, or I need to talk to him, or I'm not trying to be. We need to get on to the next thing. Like when I work with artists and they doing the like meet and greets, I'm like, I know the timeline, right? I know the timeline. So I'm like, all right, we got this amount of time for this. And I keep my watch and I got this little thing I wear on my wrist. I'm like, okay. And I'm watching and I'm smiling, but I'm on an agenda and I'm on a mission. And the people, when you have a team of people around you, they're there for a reason and a purpose. And if they ain't serving their reason or their purpose, they're wasting energy, space, and time. And they're going to help contribute to the level of interruptions you receive, even though they were in place, strategically in place, to help you not be interrupted, right? But in life, we're going to get interrupted. We're going to get interrupted. It's all about what do you do when you're interrupted? How do you handle life decisions? There's going to be circumstances and situations, right? Professionally and personally, you're going to get interrupted. Please don't think you're going to walk through this life and you're just going to be like, oh, no, people know. And I don't care if you got a stank attitude or if you like, I'm about that life. I'm about business. There's going to be someone who doesn't know you. ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sir, ma'am. There's going to be somebody that don't know you and don't know that you're about that life or you're about that business and you're very here. You're at this level. I don't deal with this. They don't know you. You ain't known everybody you know forever. Everybody met somebody at some point in time. They were strangers. How you connect, how you relate, it comes and goes. Some relationships, getting back to what I said earlier, some relationships are seasonal because you're going through. And when they serve their purpose, no disrespect, no lack of love, you got to keep on going. That don't mean you don't like them or him or her or no, or they don't like you or y'all or whatever. We're growing, ladies and gentlemen. In this life, by the time you get to know it, life is over. Right? Our time is not God's time. God's time definitely ain't our time because we want more and more and more time. I heard something that was really profound at a funeral not too long ago. My brother in Christ, my sister, Yoshana husband, her mother-in-law passed away. And the pastor was on fire. He gave an amazing eulogy. He said, think about this. No one wants to see their loved one pass away. We want everybody to stay. Okay. And we always want more time, a little bit more, a little longer. He said, think about it. When you eat a piece of chocolate, a candy bar, it's so good. You're it, right? You get that piece, right? And you like, I want more, but there is no more, right? And you just try to hold on. You try to hold on. And you hold on for a little bit longer. But eventually, you're going to eat that. It's going to be gone. Life is like that. I took that and it resonated with my spirit so deeply. But when we look at life, we're not in the biblical times anymore. So nothing lasts forever. It's not meant to be. We're passing through. We're going through. And it's a beautiful journey. When you learn to appreciate your life and your legacy that you're leaving behind, because you should be trying to focus on that as life goes and you get interrupted, the legacy, whether you have a child or children or nieces and nephews or grandkids or, people who love on you that will carry out your legacy, whatever that looks like, your imprint on this life, to know that you were here, that you occupied space and time. That dash in between the numbers of a year we're born, the year we depart. It's like a arrival in a destination, right? A departure, I should say. Arrival, departure. You have a destination. And in this life, we take flight. We also have to land it sometime. When you get in the airplane, you don't expect to stay up there forever. You like, well, when is we landing? Because I'm about airsick now. I'm motion sickness, whatever. I'm tired. I'm ready to stretch my legs, whatever. But you're ready. You look for the descending. Just like when you first get on that flight and you're ready to get where you're going, you look for the ascending. But don't that go hand in hand? Ascending and descending? What goes up must come down in a good way, though, of course. But you get the gist of that. To live, one must die. And you might say, girl, why you being negative? Ain't nobody being negative. Saying is to live, make the best of every day God gives you to unwrap. Every day. I don't care what you do. You do something for yourself. Let me be clear. Do something for yourself as well as you do for others. Because I know as a human being, a lot of us, whether we want to with glee and cheer in our heart, or we do it with pissness, and that's not a proper English word, a form of setting. I know my friends in the educational world going to come for me. It's all good. That's okay. We're good. But you have to know, like, it comes and goes. It's like a two-way street, right? You want to go up the street and you want to be able to come and circle around. You might see something. Well, if it's a one-way street, you don't want to be like, dang, I can't go back because it's a one-way street. But if I was traveling up a street that was able to go, I saw something I like, I could turn around. Some places you can make a U-turn in life. Some places you can't. You got to go all the way down the street because it's a straight up one way. But if you get to a certain stop, you can go to the left or right and come back up the opposite way on another street, right? Because it's a two-way street that way. But in life, when we don't pay attention, we get distracted. Some of us go in that sunken place and we stay there. Hey, Miss Jen. Thank you, Queen. So some of us get stuck there and we're sitting there waiting for a rescue boat. And God has sent us 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. But you're looking for that specific boat. Not only are you looking for the specific boat, you're looking for that specific captain, right? So if God sent you a ferry and you're looking for a Carnival cruise ship, okay? If God sent you a fisherman's boat and you're looking for a Carnival cruise ship, you're going to get left behind. And then you're going to be sitting there while everybody going on with life. And when you leave this life, still waiting on that boat you looking for. Not the boat God sent you, but the boat you looking for. And then when you get to heaven, you're going to ask God, why you didn't send for me? Why did you forget me? And what does God tell us? He will never forsake us. He'll never leave us. Hey, Queen. Hey, Addie. He said, I will never forsake you. He will never depart from us. It's us who depart, and we do all these other things. We have all these plans. And I sometimes, like when I be talking to God, right? Sometimes I be like, I know God be like, little girl, is you done? And I'm like, yeah. Right? Because you have to have them self-checks. You got to check yourself sometimes. And I know some of y'all think you perfect. I know a lot of y'all think y'all doing all this thing called life by yourself at your will, at your beck and call. Oh, but baby girl, baby boy, when you get interrupted, you like, oh, I didn't order that interruption. I don't know. Because guess what? You're being detoured because you was on your own mission. And if it ain't attached to your purpose, I'm gonna share something here. Here's a nugget. Here's a jewel for you to put in your toolbox, into your trunk. It wasn't for you. That's not what you were supposed to be doing. That's why you were interrupted. Because we'll just keep going. And we'll keep going. And we'll keep going. And we know something tells us, right? That third eye say, this is not right. You shouldn't do this. You should turn around and retreat. And we like, nope, I ain't about to. I'm going. Okay. All right. So just imagine the powers that be sit back and say, all right, I guess when you're done, you'll come back. You'll seek me out, and I'll the journey yourself. And then a lot of times, let me be clear, we allow people to interrupt us. Yeah. You got people in your life right now that has been, that will continue to interrupt your life. Some on purpose, some not. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. Why? Because we're human beings having a human experience. And this is what we do as human beings. We go through things. What's that key word I told y'all to remember? We go through. Life is going to give you interruptions whether you like it or not. Okay? I don't care if you put a do not disturb sign up. And I've seen this with real eyes. One of my supervisors had a sign up that said, in a meeting, do not disturb. And I tell you, sometimes people will still go and knock on the door. And I'm looking like, nah, if it's not life or death, I know you see the sign out there. Like it said, do not disturb. It said whatever it's going to say in a meeting. You know, it's like how much longer do we need to get into that mindset? Please. And so you look at that and then you say to yourself, all right, look. You don't want to be bold. You don't want to come off like you're being arrogant. You want to say, okay, look, I'm in a meeting right now. It's almost like you have to really, really just go off and tell people, I can't be interrupted right now. Something's happening on Instagram. Hold on. Let me see what's going on with my live. I don't know. My little fingers right there. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Something's happening over there. Let me see what I can do for that because it's like an interruption. I don't know. I hope that worked. I don't know. I don't know. Facebook, I hope y'all are good over here. But on my Instagram, I don't know if you guys can hear because it's something happening. So if you can still hear me on Instagram, let me know. I don't know. I think it knocks some people off too. I'm so sorry. But getting back to what I was saying, you're gonna have those interruptions, right? Some of those are indirectly, some of those are directly. Just like when we ask the Lord for something, the adversary hear it too. Sometimes we get confused because we don't know what voice we're listening to. Okay. Sometimes we get off center and we're like, am I supposed to be here? But you get that unction in your spirit and you know, like, this ain't for you. She not for you. He not. You ever had those people that like, oh, I love you. Oh yeah, we love you. Yeah, yeah. And you think like it's all love. Oh, they love me. I love them. It's all great. And then it hits you. They don't really care for me, but they care about what I do for them. You ever had somebody, this rhetorical? You ever had somebody in your life that you will go all the way to the left and right for them? You will go hard for them. You will rock and support. You will do whatever's necessary within your ability and your power. But the minute you need something, they're not available. They ain't even thinking about it. And you sit back like, am I forgotten? It's a season, right? Steve Harvey said it best. We got things and people that expire just like fruit and canned goods and meat, vegetables and things of that nature. Even tissue dry rots out. And we just constantly try to hold on to it. And it ain't going to serve you no good. And it ain't going to serve you no purpose. But you want to hold it. But think about this. If God keeps putting people in your life and certain people are exposing themselves, you need to recognize what God is showing you in that season of your life. Okay? I hear you, Addie. So you need to see what they are doing, what they are not doing. Then you need to make the necessary adjustments, because if you don't, you're going to be interrupted. Your program's going to be interrupted, right? And it's going to hurt when you care, when you're a genuine person and that heart is genuine, it's authentic, it's not spoiled, it's not ruined, right? You're going to say, you know what? Okay, Lord, I hear you, but I don't want to have to cut them off, because you can't ask anybody, why is this happening to me? I'm not understanding. Yeah, you do understand. And yes, sir, ma'am, boy, girl, you know why it's happening. You need to armor yourself with the word and get some tough skin and say, hey, they're using me. They're using me. It ain't nothing crazier than being able to recognize when somebody trying to use you. And it's hurtful, but you got to be clear and you got to make sure that's what it is before you go ghost, or before you say, hey, and you ain't got to confront nobody. I'm gonna let you know what I think, because I know you ain't got to do all that, man. You ain't got to do all that, sir, man, boy, girl, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't got to do all that like that. You can simply cut them off and leave them where they are. People only take advantage of you when you allow them to. But a lot of ladies and girls, initially, because our hearts be in it. A lot of us are good people, so we give our best. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Give our best. If you're going to do something, what's they say? Go hard or go home. Go big or go home. Don't come in here playing no games. Come straight from the hip and let's get it done. If you're incapable, that's a whole nother story. But if you come in here skinning and grinning and you trying to do some other things, that's a whole problem. It's a whole problem. Let me see. Addie said something over here on my Facebook Live. Yay. I'm going to move y'all over here for a second. Addie said that's why when I do stuff for people, I just have to understand that the same level of authenticity may not come back. Compartmentalize, or even when I give out love or just my genuine self, it runs the same way. Queen, yes. Hunty, yes. Addie, yes. Because I relate to that. Yeah, I've been hurt. right? You know how they say you got hurt? Honey, I've been production hurt, right? Family hurt, friendship hurt, church hurt, all that, right? Relationship hurt, of course, because I'm 46 years old. I didn't get through this life not being hurt, okay? And I've done my fair share of hurting when I wasn't mature enough to understand what was happening. But I realized because I developed, and shout out to Tamika Carlisle, my sister in Christ, a good friend. She told me one day, she said, "You an empath." I was like, what is that? She was like, "You don't know what an empath is?" I was like, "No." She's like, "I'm not going to tell you. You need to do research on it." And so when I learned what it was, I was like, huh. And I realized, like, I'm an empath. I'm like, I don't want to be an empath, right? I didn't want to be an empath. Addie said, Jesus be a holy emotional fence. Okay. That part, sis. So I was like, nah. But I realized it's a gift that we don't necessarily ask for. Because remember what I said earlier, we're divinely designed. Purpose was attached to you before you even came into this world. God already knew what he could trust you to do, what you would do because he told you to, where he would lead you because he knows you'll follow. But when we get off the path, interruptions, right? We're going to get interrupted. We're not going to be punished for being interrupted. But what do you do when you're interrupted? Do you continue to allow it to just stay there and then you get off track and you just stay off course? Or do you go back and say, wait, where was I? Oh, that's what, okay, let me do that. Because now you're back on track, right? Really look at our lives and really figure out, does this make sense? Is this relationship a give and take relationship? I'm all about giving and I'm all about receiving. A lot of times I've given more than I've received. And in some cases, I didn't care because I'm a giver. However, as I've gotten older, I ain't going to keep on giving to you, sir, man, boy, girl, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't have nothing to give me in return. But the beautiful thing about God is he will replenish you. He will give you the necessary tools because he's very aware. Hallelujah. He's very aware that you will be sidetracked, that you will be interrupted, that you will encounter detours along your life journey. Some of us know how to get off the road and humble ourselves and say, wait a minute, what's happening here? Because this ain't making no sense. This is not moving. This don't feel right, blah, blah, blah. We just keep on going like sheep. Like, I don't think this the right way, but I'm going to go on a little further. Why? You already got that spirit feeling and that nudge in your spirit that says, hey, this ain't right. And I've said this in several of my podcasts. That unction, that don't do it, spirit nudge saved my life 3 times in this 46 years of journey on this earth. 3 times I'm aware 150%. Not like I'm thinking, I'm assuming. It's not a hypothesis, which means an educated guess, right? It's fact. I know it. I don't need nobody to tell me that wasn't that. I know what God did for me. And I know what could have happened if I didn't listen. So I'm not telling you something I'm just making up so I can have a podcast show. I don't come that way. That's not my story. That ain't how I get down. And tonight I needed to remind not only me, but I needed to remind my sisters and my brothers in Christ. Remind you, as I remind myself, that we're going to be interrupted. And it's okay. Why is it okay, TT? Because we are spirits having a human experience. I'm getting ready to attend Uncle Ronnie's funeral tomorrow. Just saw him 2 weeks ago at my cousin's graduation, laughing with him. And to no longer be a part of this world. I'm thinking like, but I'm like, that's how life goes. I said that earlier. To live, you must die. in the body, not in the spirit, but in the flesh. This body gets old, tattered, battered, abused, broken down, built up, changed. Yeah, I mean, all kind of stuff. We do all kind of things to these bodies we have, and they are simple homes. So what do you do when your house gets old and rickety and is swaying and is losing balance and it's unstable and it's no longer standing on a strong foundation? We tend to move. But in this body, it's the only one we know about, so we want to hold on. So we'll get surgeries, we'll get all these things, implants, hip replacement, knee replacement, all kind of stuff, right? Because we just try heart, pacemaker, stents in our heart. We do all kind of stuff, right? Kidney transplants, whatever, lung transplants, whatever, because we want to hold on. And I ain't telling nobody that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. But what I am telling you is that we all have divine order. You don't know when you're going to leave this earth. And even when your mama was told or your father was told, this is when your due date is. This is where you're going to enter. The baby's going to be here around this time. They only can tell you their guesstimation, right? They are practicing physicians. That's what they are. Okay? The only person that knows exactly when you're coming is God and the woman who's getting ready to give birth. Because some of us, like for me, when I had Cody, I had scheduled my C-section. I was ready. I had my baby shower on February 20th. And I'm like, yeah, I want to eat this good food. And I don't care if he come tomorrow. It's like, I just want to eat this food and blah, 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 blah. Right? But I wasn't due to like the next week. Didn't that boy come early? Like, wait. I was like, wait a minute. I was mad. I was like, wait a minute. I ain't supposed to be having contractions. Interrupted. Life interrupted. Cody interrupted me. Right? Because I was like, I'm supposed to go in. I shouldn't be feeling any contractions. I shouldn't be in that kind of pain. I'm going to get my medication and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to have the C-section. I'm a beautiful son. It's going to be great. Cody was like, no, I'm coming now. All right. Interruption. What did I do? I let life interrupt it. I let him do what he needed to do because what I thought, my plan, wasn't God's plan. And a lot of times in life, what we plan ain't God's plan. And then we get all discombobulated when we trying to fit pieces that don't fit. And we're pissed because we're like, oh, and then you sit back and you say, I wasted so much time. It's like, yeah, like, out. Look into that movie. You'll understand the metaphor attached to that. It is amazing. It's amazing. I lost my people on Instagram. I'm so sorry. My phone was dead. Sorry. But I'm gonna get ready to shut us down in about 4 minutes. I do want to share a couple things because I'm gonna keep y'all true to the hour. I'm not gonna hold you long. I wanted to share something else with you. This is how life looks for us a lot of times, right? This be us. We got a to-do list, phone ringing, reports, things due. You got, spilt stuff, just all kind of stuff coming from every angle. People yelling and barking out orders and putting in requests more than we can handle. We question ourselves. That's what this picture shows us. But we can get to this. We can learn to balance life if we just pause. Because you're going to have these things happen. What does this say? Your next interruption is only minutes away. That phone call, that text message, that email, that battery dying, like my phone just did, right? Interrupted, right? Here's the biggest one. We go on pathways and we travel roads to get where we want to go. A lot of times we don't really plan things out because life interrupts us. But it will come a point in your life, as this picture is showing you, there'll be a break in your road. There'll be a break in your road. And you're going to have to determine, how are you going to get past this right here? You see how that road is separated? You can't drive them cars on that road. There's a big old division because you've been stopped in your tracks. People have got out their cars in this photo like, what's going on? Traffic jam. How are they going to get over this? What are they going to do? So they had to stop and pause. They couldn't keep driving. They was going to fall into that hole. But what it doesn't show you, what's going on around it. The biggest division is in the center of that road. If you notice to the left and right, it seems like it's closer, right? And in life, if we just wait a minute, if we pause, we'll realize there's an alternate route in everything we do. There's an alternate route in everything we do. It really is. How many times have you used your GPS and then there was a traffic jam and then you could hit something in your app that gives you alternate routes? So once you can move a little bit further, go this way, that way, actually can move ahead and take another route and get where you need to go in life. So in closing, I want to share this with you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Circumstances may cause interruptions and delays, but never lose sight. You don't need to say nothing else with that. I know I've been interrupted tonight with my live. My Instagram people, I lost them because my phone died, but I'm staying focused. And I was pumped and amped, and I was all over the place, but I got myself back. Why? Because I knew interruptions would come, because that's how we function in life. I'm not an exemption to the rule. I'm a part of the plan. Whatever you're doing in your life, keep going. Whatever distractions come, interruptions come, pause. Keep the train of thought. Deal with the interruption. Deal with the sidetrack. Tap back in to what you were doing, where you were going, and keep moving. Don't you let nothing and nobody stop you from the journey that you're on, especially when you know you're going in the right direction. Now, if you're getting interruptions and distractions and you've been knowing, like, this ain't working, I don't know, this ain't, maybe God sent you that ram in the bush in a different form. Thank you, Addie. Maybe God sent you that ram in the bush, right? Have you ever had anybody tell you when you're going through a storm, just wait on the silver lining? Or everything isn't black and white. Some things are gray. Sometimes you'll have a middle ground, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you're going to have to choose sides. But your spirit knows which side you should be going towards. Whatever that looks like it to you in your life, on your journey, because no two journeys are the same. We can have similar journeys, but no two are the same. So on that note, my hour is up. It's 9 o'clock. I told you I wasn't going to hold you long. Catch me here next Tuesday. We're going to be talking about Roe versus Wade. I'm a woman. I got to tap in. I want you to tap in. Fellas, tap in because it affects you as well. Not only does it affect you on the right to choose, right? But there's a lot of different things that's attached to that, right? For goodness sake, you had a woman that put her baby in a freezer, 3-year-old child in a freezer. We don't know all the things, but there was 5 other kids in the house. That baby was blind. I don't know why. You can't justify it. Some people don't need to be having children. But on the other side of that, we need to take the necessary precautions when we decide we want to lay down with somebody. That's another part of that. So we'll tap into all of that, okay? We'll unpack that next week. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about interruptions, but differently tomorrow. on Wind Down Wednesday. You can catch me over there at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and on Spotify or Anchor.fm. But I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you that follow and chime in all over the globe. I wish I could tune in and tell you all the different amazing places that I have viewers and listeners. It's overwhelming when I think about it. And I'm always here for that one. You know, I don't know who's going to allow whatever is going to be said to resonate with their spirit, but I'm here for the one. If we get more than one, great. But if not, I'm here for that one. So catch me here next week, 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'll have a guest or not, but you know, I'm going to bring it to you real and direct. And on that note, shout out to Beth, who is amazing. I'm going to play this particular video featuring my husband. Got next. Why? Because I believe that in life, we all got next. You up next, my friend. Okay. And I'm getting ready to start moving forward in my season 3, because we'll be shutting down very soon. Because we're in season 2 and we'll be preparing for season 3. And I want to be able to close out with some powerful videos, of course, that will not get me in social media jail, because they like to lock me up from time to time. But in notes, I'm going to shut us down and end us with Got Next featuring Swifty McVeigh, who happens to be my husband. So shout out to everybody, all the listeners and viewers. Share this with someone, whether it resonated with you or you feel like somebody could let that resonate with them, or they could just hear something that might tap in. Let them tap in. All right, it's your girl TT from the D.
Our time. Y'all had a chance to shine, and we'll be cutting y'all in front of that line. You either out or you riding. My homie right beside me with a hustling persona and a crown full of diamonds. Climbing these charts and you ain't stopping a profit. She's staying on fire like the back of a damn rocket. We in total control. Cold as the North Pole, busting these flows. It's our time to blow, so just know
they may be on right now.